views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of Paranormal Buzz Radio or its sponsors. Use of any materials produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is strictly prohibited. For information on everything Paranormal Buzz Radio has to offer, visit our website, paranormalbuzzradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Listener discretion is advised.
Well, hello, my muggle friends. Thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's live broadcast of the Skeptic and the Psychic. And, of course, hello to all the non-muggles. You know who you are. A wink, a wink. So I'm super excited tonight, guys. I have twisted Shea's arm just a little bit to do my favorite thing, and that's, of course, talk about ghosts and listening to other people's ghost stories. Shea has been so kind to, and I know she put a lot of work into this, okay? So, Shea, hit that round of applause button for me, please. Wait. Because I can't. You got to do it. This is it. So a round of applause. Shea has gone through all of her notes. She's going to be sharing her top 5 paranormal investigations with us from 2018. Thank you, Shea. Woohoo! More applause. Everyone applaud.
I like that you started off that way because I always feel like we talk about my investigation so much, and I'm like, I hope people aren't like, all she talks about is herself on the show, because you pick the topics of every show.
Oh my God, I love it.
I veto some, but
this is true. You do veto some, but that is, oh my God. Well, everybody knows that there isn't a paranormal team around here, or I would totally be like hounding them to let me join. But I love ghost stories, and I think that everyone who listens to our podcast is probably a ghost story lover too. So you sharing this information with me is like, I'm giddy.
1,000. We're going to get the shenanigans out of the way here, but I'm going to be kind of serious for a second. Then we can get back to the shenanigans.
Okay.
I worry because what I consider paranormal activity and my big top 5, other people look at it and be like, that's it? Because, I've never dealt with a demon. Doubt I ever will, to be honest. But, that's who I am. And so my stuff compared to others. But if I'm saying it, something's up.
See, this is the thing. Not to downplay anybody else's problems, because I know other people have had these problems. The thing is I think that the whole demon issue is way over exaggerated.
Yeah.
Is way over just completely pumped up and pump up the volume. I mean, just it's blown way out of proportion.
People either love me or hate me, but what I say is real. It's not over exaggerated. It's not over the top. I don't rip my shirt off. I'm not like,
Well, she did once for me, you guys, but
you wish.
But the fact that you don't say, oh, there was a demon, to me, that's authentic. Hearing demon stories is, to me, it's so rare. It's more likely, it's more likely.
That was Jen, not me.
Not. It's more likely just, an asshole ghost. So the fact that you don't.
And I'm not saying demons don't exist. Just not as common as some people tend to think.
Hey, Shea.
What?
Is this our first broadcast since the new year?
Was Kelly before or after the new year?
She was before, so Happy New Year, everybody!
Happy New Year. I'm not in chat. I'll get back in chat in a second. I'm sorry.
Well, so I will take that as a cue. We have, Matty Waddell just popped in. We have Mama Pat. We have the infamous sister of SIS Paranormal, the other half, Nicole. Miss Kelly's in the hizzy. We have Carrie. We got Sue. We have some chick named Shea. We have Wolf. And I know Kim's there. She is. There's Kim. Shea's with the radio silence.
I'm here. I'm sorry. I get 15 million things going on. Sorry. I'm here.
So thank you to those that have joined us in chat. And for those of you that are listening but not joining us in chat, no pressure. But please remember, you are always welcome to join in. And for those of you who are listening later, gracias. Shea's shaking her head. That's her
Say
way.
that again, because that didn't sound like gracias to me.
I said gracias.
Yeah.
I have to
So
say funny.
you are funny.
I am so funny. Thank you
I'm
for
back
saying
in
that.
Back in
I always
black,
tell
baby.
my husband that's why he married me.
What?
Because I'm
you're
funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my humor has had the opposite effect on my marriages. So
So sometimes, I mean, if you talk to him, sometimes he says I'm mean, but I don't care. I mean, jumping out and scaring the shit out of a guy with 2 armfuls full of groceries who's been kind enough to stop at the grocery store on his way home is fun for me. I think it's hilarious.
yeah, Kate got slapped because she did that to me one too many times. One time she scared me so bad I physically hit her. Not on purpose, but she scared me and I hit her.
Oh, she must have loved it. She must have played that sympathy card for a while.
She still does. Still does.
All right, so I want to get straight to it, but first, I think everybody needs to hear your New Year's story.
Mine?
What did you do what you did for New Year and what the exciting things that happened to you?
I'm trying not to swear. I actually left the house. Besides a paranormal investigation, I actually left the house.
And you went out to?
Nicole and I went out to the pub down the street. Am I supposed to say the name? I did.
Nah.
It's Salt Hill Pub to hear a band.
Can you say the band's name? I mean, would that be cool? I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, Floozy.
Damn, if that's not a clever band name. Oh my god.
Right?
That's the best.
Yep. So
Brittany's in the chat. Sup, girl, sup?
I didn't say hi to everybody. I feel bad. Hi, everybody. I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm more like a guest tonight than a host, so I'm like off my game here.
So tell us, I'm like dragging the story out of her. So you're enjoying the band. Nicole doesn't drink, so you got your designated driver.
She
no
had a couple
Uber
drinks, but not more. But yeah.
Okay, but you're drinking, you're enjoying the band, and then what happened?
We went home.
Oh, for crying out loud! Her waitress was not on point that night.
It was not our waitress.
Oh.
First of all, my son works here, so I have to be careful. It was not our waitress. Some drunk guy bumped into the waitress who was already... I thought you were talking about the kiss. There's
a kiss too? Okay,
she was not a very nice person to begin with. A drunk guy bumped into her, and she dumped the whole tray, and half the tray landed on me, and half the tray landed everywhere else. There's broken glass everywhere. Yeah.
And she never apologized. Even though technically it wasn't her fault, that's still good customer service, I'm just saying, to apologize and to, have brought you... Sorry, I got the burps tonight, you guys. I'm so sorry. I think once is enough.
That means Jen's drinking. We're in trouble.
I got the Coca-Cola Zero, okay? It's nothing fancy. But, oh my God, so you...
Oh, yeah, see, Nicole's telling it like it is. Sorry, I'm
so kind of... But you go home wearing... She said, the bitch waitress stole my drink.
She did. Our waitress, who is awesome, I love her. I'm not going to mention any names. Obviously, the pub is 4 houses down from me. It's like at the bottom of the street. So,
Okay.
Once a year, I go and see Floozy. That's what I do once a year. But
That's
our
good
waitress
choice.
picked up her drink and realized it's still full. So she put it back down, and the other bitch came around and took her drink. She's like, "What the hell?" I'm like, I don't know. So,
Wow.
but the rest of the night was good.
Such a party animal.
Yes.
Bench
Oh
is
yeah.
here too.
My food costs more. You know what? I went out New Year's Eve and I warned my sister. I'm like, I don't go out. I'm not paying. I'm getting hammered. You might have to carry me home. My bill wasn't even 40. My bill, including food, wasn't even $40.
Wow, you party animal.
Yeah, right. So yeah.
So did she at least spill something like? I mean, I still like I can't like. I don't understand how she couldn't apologize. But so, do you know what she spilled? I mean, did she spill beer on you, or did she?
No. It was at the end of the night when she spilled it. It was the New Year's champagne glasses and all. It was champagne.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Hi, kitty. I hear your little bell. All right. So, going back to when I got super excited because we all know I can't hold that inside. The kiss, you say?
I made a joke on Facebook and people took it seriously about getting a New Year's kiss. I did not get a New Year's kiss. I mean, I did, but I didn't. No, not like that.
I feel like more details need to be shared here.
No, not really. It was kind of a joke thing, and somebody barely kissed me on the cheek, and that was it. There was no.
Aww.
Yeah.
Well, that cat is going crazy.
Yeah. He's old. He's going senile.
And I was worried about my cat making noise.
No.
Meanwhile, I'm entertained by Shea's cat playing with a bell and
no, that's her new collar that Caitlin got him. Caitlin got him a new collar with the bell. Like
there he is
up at night. Yeah.
There's that ginger cat.
All right.
Well,
Craziness.
we let Ethan, we always offer to let Ethan stay up to midnight, but he has never made it. I would say, he might have made it last year, but this year was his first year he was fully coherent. And so Scott and I...
Hey, I was fully coherent this year, too.
So I challenged Scott to, I have this little friends game, which just like questions, kind of trivia. It's a friends trivia game. So I challenged Scott to a friends trivia game, and Ethan got to read off the questions and keep score, and of course I won. Although Scott did give me a run for my money on a few of them, but it was good. And then after that, we did another family game. We played.
I'm gonna let this cat out. Keep talking like I'm
okay.
Like every day. Like you just talk and I pretend I listen. Just keep going with that. I'll be right back.
Wow. That's true friendship, guys. She just nods and says, okay. And then, so we decided we'd play a game that he could play since he obviously doesn't know any of the answers to Friends. We'll let him get a little older before he watches that. So since he didn't, wasn't going to have any answers to Friends, but had fun watching us play and reciting the lines from Friends. He's like, the card doesn't say all of that. Every time I'd recite the whole cast lines, and I'm like, what happened? So I mark my point down. But then we played Sorry, and I almost won, but then Ethan came back and won, and that was really fun. And we watched the ball drop. We, did the countdown together, taught him how to do the countdown, and so that's what we did for New Year. It was fun. And we did have some champagne. I mean, Ethan didn't, but Scott and I had some champagne, some champagnas.
Nice.
Shea's shaking her head at me. So it was fun. I think it's fun, Hopefully he'll remember when he's an adult.
I don't know. This is the second time. I'm 42 years old. This is my second time in my whole life I've ever gone out on New Year's Eve.
Really?
It's not a big deal for me. I'm like, I'm a homebody. I had kids.
Well, you
so
have
young.
a bunch of kids too. You have like
I had
a
kids so young.
basketball team.
I'm so used to being home that it's no big deal.
Yeah. Well, there you go. And you were a good mom and stayed home and took care of all.
Well, I was a mom, anyways. No.
Benji says he can't even get drunk on $40.
No, I wasn't drunk. It was very well. If I was drunk and somebody dumped that stuff on me, then there'd be an issue. I mean, I'm pretty blunt when I'm sober, so.
Yeah, well, sounds like to me, since she wasn't very polite and was a drink thief, that I hope she wasn't tipped well.
I don't know. Again, she wasn't my waitress.
There you go. All right, so your five favorite, or your five top. We won't say favorite. Let's not use the word favorite. Your five top.
Wait, I did all this work.
Okay.
And I saved the questions you were going to ask me. Because,
good. Yes, I was going to.
You were direct, which isn't a bad thing. That's very good.
Good.
But
so I want to know how many times you went there during the year and all of that for these top 5. But are you going to be reading them off like 5 to number 1?
No.
You didn't number them. You don't want to give them a number. They're just your top 5.
Yeah, these ones are not in any order because number 1, I was dumbfounded when I actually wrote this. I have this list. This is the places. Can you see? They can't. This is the places we investigated in 2018.
Wow.
17 actual real investigations. We visited 10, 15 other places, but didn't do investigations or didn't do full investigations. But 17 full investigations, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 7 of them we repeated. So I messaged my sister and I'm like, dude, I thought it was a slow year. How the hell do we do all this stuff?
So you repeated 7 out of the 17.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because I know that for you, and I think this is a really great point of view, that just investigating a place once doesn't mean you're going to get a reaction. So I love that you do go back to the place 2 or 3 times. That's one of my favorite of your techniques, is that you choose to, really put some effort into that. Yeah. And I think that's amazing.
Our top place that we've been to, I've been 12, 15 times. I mean,
wow.
We repeat stuff. I think that's the best way to collect data. I think it's the best way to get a feel for the location. And obviously not all of them. We've done that many. But personally, this one location, which is not even on my list, I'm still reading the chat. They're still talking about getting drunk, so I'm good.
I know. Well, Matt's right. He says he tries to avoid getting drunk too much of a recovery time the older you get. And you know what? It happens as soon as you turn 30.
I've never had a hangover.
I have had hangovers. But never really got them until after I turned 30.
No. I've never had a hangover. Or I could have, but I have chronic migraines and stuff, so
you wouldn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know. So what do you want to know? Hit me.
Let's start with the one that you went to the least. Which on your top 5?
Oh, I didn't do that. Okay. Yep.
I know, I have to make it complicated.
I knew you would. That's why I put so much work into this. So, But you're not even close to being 30, Jen. Shut the fuck up, Brittany. Right. Well, these two. I think we went there. We went there twice, so. I think Brittany was actually paying me a compliment. I was just being a smart ass. There's only one place on my list that we only been once. Okay.
but it still made the list.
Yeah.
All right. Wait, drum roll. Hold on.
I don't have a drum roll because I put in all the "you're fired" and stuff for you.
Well, I did the drum roll.
All right.
Is...
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Sorry. Whoa, whoa. We helped.
She's not good with instant sound effects.
No, I didn't know you were done. You kept going and going, so I wasn't sure.
What and going? That's what she said.
I'm trying so hard to behave. I don't know
I'm
why.
trying to too. Stop messing with me, man.
All right, so I'm just gonna keep going here, man.
Oh, goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. Merlin's beard, Shea.
That was way too much information for me. My geek just died. I'm gonna go with, because I know we've only done it once, was Parsonsfield Seminary in Parsonsfield, Maine. You're supposed to be hosting this, baby.
Parsons, what? I'm laughing at Benji put
I'm not in
drama
chat.
emojis
I'm
in
trying.
the chat. He totally threw me off. Now he's just trying to make me laugh. Okay, the place she only went once but made the list was Parsons
Field
Don't-
Seminary.
Field Seminary.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't take a drink, don't take a drink. She's got a giant cup of coffee at 5:30 p.m. Well, 8:30 p.m. there. 2 giant cups of coffee. Her be crazy.
It's really coffee. See, it's really coffee. Yeah. So I didn't know what you were going to ask me after the last time we talked about location, so I wrote everything down. Hit me, baby. Come on. I'm Brittany.
All right.
Hit me, baby.
So
one more time.
Parsons, what part of the year did you go? When did you go?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, damn, sorry.
It was oh my god, this is why Nicole and Carrie are listening though.
Well, Carrie's listening.
It was
Irish.
warm. It was warm.
Okay.
Maybe over the summer.
So, what about it? Okay, so let's just start off. What
No
about
Irish
Parsons?
coffee, it's regular coffee. Go ahead, sorry.
What about Parsons made you guys decide that you wanted to go investigate?
Coincidentally, my guests next week, Toby and Tony Hartford, at the time were hosting the event, and they asked us to help out. So that is what made us decide to go.
Okay, and
I'm making this difficult for you, baby.
well, I looked down at chat, okay, and it screwed me up because
June.
now
I thought it was warm. Okay, yeah.
okay,
June.
see, there we go.
Thanks, Nick.
And so how long was your investigation? I'm guessing all your investigation times vary. So
This
how
one
long
was
were you
full
guys there?
overnight, like
Full overnight.
overnight.
So
like
it
we
was-
left
it
at
was
5,
an-
6 in the morning. Yeah.
So it was an enclosure?
Yep.
Okay, and you were able to stay the night there?
Yep.
Nice.
Most people went to sleep. Nicole and I stayed up all night.
Okay, so was this a group investigation then?
It was an event. So yes.
Nice. Okay.
So for the first 4 hours or so, Nicole and I were in the basement teaching the groups that came through.
Oh, see?
How do you
now
use
we're getting
equipment?
to the details.
Yeah.
So you were a part of the event.
Yeah, they asked us to help out. Yeah, so
Nice.
for the first 4 hours, 4.5 hours, we were in the basement,
Okay.
helping new people learn how to use equipment, blah blah blah. You know.
Okay, cool. Did anybody that went to the event, I'm assuming you did short bursts of EVP sessions, listening
No, we
back?
didn't do short bursts because no, we didn't.
No, okay. So did you have anyone that attended the event contact you and let you know that they received some sort of evidence? I mean,
No,
was
they
there
didn't, but
evidence?
because we all kind of, it was more personal experiences and what we caught on video. But there's quite a few of them that are still in contact with us through our page. So
Nice.
yeah.
So I love that. I think that's awesome that you that you were a part of this event and that you helped teach other people. I mean, that's
We
really
only lost a few
nice.
members. I just have to say, it was our first time. We only lost a few people.
Well, they usually turn up in a month or two.
They turned up pretty quick, but
So that was cool. After you guys taught down in the basement, let's see, it was my equipment, not other people. Oh, so they didn't bring their equipment. You taught them how to use your equipment that you all had. Okay, perfect. And then after you did that for a few hours, what else did you guys get to do?
Well, that was most of it. I mean, then we went and investigated the rest of the house, but most of our stuff is from the basement because we were there so long. All right, so here's what I got. I
want to hear your experiences. That was my next question.
Well, first of all, you have to know that it was founded in 1832, so it's an old building, and it's 12.5 square feet, 12,500 square feet.
I was like, damn, how'd you get in there? It's a closet.
Operated from 1832 to 1949, and then it was used as a school from 86, and then 88 to 2006 it was a Head Start. But mysteriously it burnt down to 1853. 3 kids died and 2 fugitive slaves died. So there is history there. So what was your next question?
What kind of experiences did you have?
All I see is tacos in the chat.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Just ignore Benji.
All right. Yeah, I'm ignoring chat.
I'm chatting back tacos.
All right. So, while we were in the basement, which, granted, we spent 4 or 5 hours in the basement. That's where we spent the majority of our time.
Right.
We had, I think, 3 or 4 K2 meters set up, 2 millimeters, a ghost magnet, whatever it's called.
I don't know what this ghost magnet is. I'm kind of excited now.
You do know. It's that orange piece of ghost meter. I call it a ghost magnet. It's a ghost meter. It's orange. It's my favorite piece of equipment because the thing never goes off.
Oh, so yeah. I like that thing, too.
Yeah, it never goes off, so I love it. So we already knew from ahead of time that every claim in the book is made at this place. But we knew that singing, kids, would affect meters and stuff. So we already knew that going in. So while we're in the basement, we decided to sing some nursery rhymes, and we had tons of K2 activity going off. Meter went off a couple times, and the ghost meter went off once, which this is one of the 3 locations that our ghost meter actually went off. And the meter, I mean, it actually went up to 15.6 at one point, and that's just what I can remember. This was,
and this was all during singing.
Singing, asking questions like, if you want this, go to this one. If you want that, go to this one. So it was pretty, like if you want us to keep singing, light this up, or if you want us to keep singing, light anything up, And out of 4 hours, we have like 20, 30 minutes of actual stuff happening. So it wasn't constant, but it was enough where it caught our attention.
Well, considering that they have to work up as much energy as they do, I think that's good. That's fair, 20 minutes. And I'm a strong believer in music, which you know I mean, anybody who listens to my YouTube videos, I get songs all the time from the other side. I think that music is such a profound influence on our day-to-day lives. We hear jingles and commercials. They have you can buy the soundtrack score from movies because that shit matters. It drives that emotion, the music. We hear it in our cars every day. And so I am 100% on board, whether they like my singing or not, all about using music. I love that. Love
be
that.
like, if you want us to sing another nursery rhyme, light up any device. And at other times we would be like, light up this device. So it was pretty cool. It was.
Nursery rhymes they're such strong memories. They're soothing because it's a memory from your childhood. I mean, both of my sons, I sang to them as babies. Ethan's 10, and he still asks me to sing to him sometimes at night before when I'm putting him to bed. He wants me to sing him nursery rhymes. So I love that. That is, because that's an amazing trigger. So kudos, double thumbs up to that idea. Yeah. That's great.
One of the guys, Carl, who is still active on our page, we met that night for the first time, mentioned Mozart. Oh my God, the thing went nuts. And he's like, if you want me to come back, I'll play Mozart in a couple hours, or, we had to wait because events are different. It's not like free.
Well, and you have to keep in mind, you're going to have, if it is an energy that's connected there from a specific era, you need to have an array of music in your memory bank. So that's awesome. I love that. Well, sounds good. Yeah,
it was.
Talk to ghosts. You help people learn some cool shit, and you made some friends.
We had a very short but interesting blip on the SLS camera too. Later on.
Oh,
not
nice.
in the basement,
that's
but later on. So
Nicole has that. That's awesome.
Yep.
So Nicole's saying she's pretty sure these are children's spirits, and that's why.
Yeah. I 1000% agree, because you could just tell. It was the nursery rhymes. They loved them. We have videos. I can't even explain it. Like, you would sing a nursery rhyme and be boom, 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 everything, and then nothing for 10 minutes. And you'd be like, hey, you want to sing another song? And it would light up again, and you'd sing another nursery rhyme. And boom, 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 it'd all go off, and then nothing again for...
Wow.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool.
Well, I can definitely see why that made the list.
Yeah, and this is probably the bottom of my list, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's go with another. Let's build up. We have to build up to whatever one is the biggest story, okay?
My chat shut off again. I'll be there again in a minute. But I picked things different for a reason. So, can people hear the pages? Because, I'm looking through. Where do I want to go next?
So, okay, you know what? Where was this? I can't say that word.
Seminary?
Seminary. Where was this at?
Maine.
In Maine. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, what did you decide on next? Which I feel like I should have had the name so I could just pull them out of the hat or something.
I'm just going to go in the order that they're in, and people can put them in their own order. How about that?
Oh, wow.
My number one, I'm not talking about tonight, just so everybody's aware.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's intriguing.
Only because we did a show on it like a month or so ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So let's go to Eunice Williams Bridge.
And where was this located?
Greenfield, Mass.
Okay. Is this the bridge with the people having sex underneath it?
No. That's on my list, though. It is on my list. Do you want to go to that one first, since you mentioned it?
Yes. Well, whichever bridge you choose.
All right. We will go to Scott's Bridge because, number one, we had some pretty cool stuff happen. But you have to remember, this is one of the locations we are not done listening to all the recorders and cameras and stuff, because anybody that has not heard me speak of it before, people decided to come and they had sex close enough where
You could hear it.
yeah. So if we could hear it, the recorders and cameras could pick it up. So we have not finished on that yet. But we had some
really want to listen to that. It's contaminated. Don't listen to that part.
It is, but it's still something that you kind of want to listen to because of the stuff that was going on at the time. And I don't mean the sex, because, and let me tell you, they asked us, they're like, oh, they're like, are you ghost hunters? Well, we're paranormal investigators. So they saw us setting up the cameras and everything. They knew what was going on. So
you were part of their little game. Ooh, they just included you without your permission. That's so wrong. Okay, so moving past the sex sickos.
So it's a Scottbridge in Townshend, Vermont. It was built in 1870. It's 227 feet long. It closed to traffic in 2012. It's been modified quite a few times. It was renovated in 2007. It's one of the longest bridges in Vermont. The story behind it, supposedly, which I don't think we could find any proof of either way, but here it is. A young Irish immigrant, I think called her a maiden, fell in love with her employee's son. She got pregnant. They were supposed to meet there at the bridge. He never showed up, of course, and she tragically hung herself from the rafters. So that's the story. Some of the claims are blurry, foggy shadows. Back in the horse and buggy time, there was a horse mysteriously being injured, multiple horses. They didn't like the bridge. Mist-like apparitions, pacing the bridge back and forth, and supposedly there might be claims of portals, gateway to hell, whatever, but you know how I feel about that, so let's skip that.
Yeah, that's a little, I don't know.
But these are all
these are the
major claims.
Yeah, I'm skeptical of that, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, and again, this is another place we have not finished listening to the audio recorders.
Okay.
I don't lie. We have literally 80 hours of stuff we still are behind on.
Wow.
Well, I don't know the exact number, but it's a lot.
That's a lot.
It is, yeah. It made our list because of, this was the first place that made me take notice of the SLS camera. Like, wow, this might be a piece of equipment I not only like, but it might be beneficial to investigating. So that's why it made my list.
Okay, so what did you see on this SLS camera at the bridge?
We'll
just call it the sex bridge for short.
Yeah. I call it the sex tape, and people are like, what? No, not that kind of sex tape. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Well, this figure was there for quite a while, a couple hours, but it was what it would do. Like, my mother would, like, first of all, some point, this story is going to be out of order up front.
Okay.
It would be like, we saw this on the SLS with my mother, and it was like sitting on her lap, and then it was doing something else, and she moved, and it would follow her, and then at some point we were like, don't tell us if it's there, you know. My mother would be like, I can feel it. Mm-hmm. And then at some point I was like, hey, wait a minute, I feel this. It's like static, spider webbery, you know. But at that time, something would show up. So, and she would say, hey, reach out, touch my hand, give me 5. And at that moment, whatever was on this camera did that exact same thing. So that's why this made my list.
And what year was this supposedly that this girl committed suicide?
There's no actual date that I could find associated with it, but it was in a time when it was said young single maiden, Irish immigrant. So you're talking a while ago.
Well, I'm just thinking that, I mean, if we're investigating this, if we're looking at it in an investigator's mind, I'm not feeling like Gimme 5 was around at that time.
No, I don't.
You know what I mean?
No,
so,
I think I remember my mother on the video saying, "Can you reach out and touch my hand?" And it would reach out and touch your hand.
I just meant like it, doesn't necessarily, what your proof is saying to me is it's not necessarily this.
Oh, yeah. Again,
person.
This is the story. There was nothing in the news or any clippings that,
Right.
I don't know if that story is true, but I can tell you what happened on that camera, and it's recorded. It's quite interesting. So,
well, that's really cool. That's really cool. Now, do you have a video available with that information on SIS Paranormal's YouTube?
It's I'm pretty sure it's on SIS Paranormal. It's definitely on Shea's Paranormal, but one of the two. Yep.
Okay. Now, if they were to look up SIS Paranormal on YouTube, hey, Luna, is it S.I.S. or is it just SIS?
SIS. We are SIS Paranormal, Supernatural Investigation Services. That's it. So SIS Paranormal, SIS.
Okay, cool. So they can see it there. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad that made the list. So let's go back to the other bridge.
All right.
And just get your notes ready.
I have so many pages here.
And I'm just getting to see Shea's haircut. She had 10 inches cut off. Her hair is probably still...
Well, that's including what Matthew cut off for me. So.
Yeah. But, I mean, and her hair's still incredibly long, way past her shoulders still, and just a lovely shade of red.
Hey, I'm not in chat as much as normal, and I feel so bad, but I can't focus on this. So
my phone just keeps going to sleep, so I have to keep, waking it up.
I just want people to know why I'm not in chat as much as normal. I just,
Because you're telling us some good stuff.
So now we're back to Eunice Williams Bridge, Greenfield, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Ooh, you're getting close, baby.
All right, so what made you want to go here?
The claims, history itself.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about that.
Which part?
Both.
Come on, Miss Hostess. Get with it.
Both, baby, both.
Some of the claims there are apparitions at the bridge, under the bridge, near the bridge, of a woman. She's seen crying for her baby that she lost. She's looking for family. I'm talking about dead people, and you're, making fun of me.
I'm not making fun of you. I was giving you theme music.
I know. I'm kidding. Some say her husband is there looking for her and the family that was lost. Disembodied voices. Bunch of claims. I mean, the history, anybody that does not know, once I start talking, it might ring a bell. It was built in 1870s. It was rebuilt in 1972 after fire destroyed it. It was redone after Hurricane Eileen.
Wow.
It's named after Eunice Williams, who was murdered during the Deerfield Massacre, February 29th, 1704. She was murdered there as she was crossing the Green River. Anybody that does not know about the Deerfield Massacre, 300 warriors from the French army and allies from 2 different tribes, and I'm going to butcher the names, Abakees and Mohawk, I know. They attacked Deerfield. 56 residents were murdered right away, and they're actually buried in a mass grave under a mound of dirt in Deerfield.
Wow. Now, is that mass grave marked, or is the location known?
Yes, it is. It's
is it close to the bridge?
It's Deerfield. It's about 20 minutes away or so. It's in
Okay.
Deerfield, Mass, not Greenfield, but it's a Deerfield old burying ground.
Wow.
So 56 of them are buried there in the mass grave. Eunice Williams and her family are actually buried there also. 112 souls were captured and took on a trip to Montreal. Those who couldn't make it were killed on the spot, including Eunice, who had just had a baby not too long before that.
Mm. Is it Eunice or Eunice?
I don't know. I'm from Mass,
Okay.
so
Oh, yeah, it's a southern
spelled
name.
different.
I do have a Eunice in my family, so
Yeah, I say Eunice. I
Okay.
honestly.
it sounds fancier that way.
Out of the 112, only 60-ish, there might be less, made it back to their families after the trip, which
And were these the French?
They were
these the
ransomed
French?
back.
Okay, the French or the Native Americans
What?
that were ransomed back?
No. The French and the Native Americans were on the same side and took these 112 people.
Oh, okay.
So out of the 112, only 60 survived.
Wow.
And of course, it goes into greater detail, but 5 top locations in an hour and a half. Since we've almost been on for an hour now, I'm really.
Yeah. So what experiences? Let's just cut straight to what experiences you had.
Again, K2 lighting up on command. It's quite interesting. And the millimeter again, when both of them go off in different, close but not in the same direct area, it makes me
right.
I'm like, okay.
Still,
At the same time, we had spare box going off, and we asked certain questions.
Real quick, night, Benji. And if you're taking Brittany with you, good night.
Good night. Sorry, guys, I'm not in chat much. Thank you for listening. Frank,
squared
here. The reply on the spare box was like, Frank.
When you asked its name, or?
No, we said, Frank, are you here? The reply was Frank.
Okay.
Then at another time we asked John Williams, are you here? The reply was John. And then at another point, these are all different points. They're not in order.
Right.
One after another. This is a whole night's investigation.
Right.
Did someone just touch me? We got a yes. Can you tell us why you're here? The reply was bridge. How many of you are here? 2. And almost at all these locations, we get a Nicole, by the way. But we got a Nicole multiple times at a time. Now, the reason why I picked this place is because we got 2 very, 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 actually more than 2. We got EVPs. Very clear. Low, but very clear. We got a no. And this is why it was with an actual camera. So you can see us way in the background. So nobody's around.
Mm-hmm.
Where we are, you can see our flashlights. And we got a no, we got a hey, we got a help, creepy ass laugh, and then a sentence we couldn't quite understand.
And I think I've seen this video. You have this on a video, right, on Shea's Paranormal? Yeah, that is really, really cool.
Yep. So I don't know why I said 2, but yeah, there's quite a few.
Just real quick, Gina Marie, thank you for joining us. I'm glad you're finding
Marie, thank you. This is Shea.
Interesting.
Thank you. Gina Marie is from Girls vs. Ghosts.
Nice.
Network. Thanks for listening, hon. I'm not in chat much because I'm too busy reading my notes and trying to keep up on this. But
she made notes for me.
Yes.
So that's really cool. See,
I think Dr. Gina is on Monday nights on Girls vs. Ghosts Blog Talk, or it might be Tuesdays. If she's still listening, throw it in there, Gina.
On Blog Talk Radio.
Yes.
And you can find Girls vs. Ghosts on Instagram and get information there as well.
I think she's on Mondays or Tuesdays. I can't remember. I think maybe Mondays because I can only listen every other week because of Benji and Brittany's shows on. Anyways, great show. Thanks, Gina.
So I'm like, I have to tell you, I'm totally steering back to this conversation.
Go ahead.
Not to be rude to Gina, thank you so much for listening. I'm just enthralled with this whole bridge thing. We have what we would consider our local famous bridge that actually, unfortunately, it burnt down in the campfires that happened in Paradise. And it was called the Honey Run Bridge because, and it has a story as well. So
I think they all do.
Well, but this one isn't haunted. The story goes that a new married couple was traveling up the ridge, and they stopped to sleep, camp or whatever, and they woke up and there was a bear, and the husband saw the bear, and instead of defending his wife, started running and yelled, "Honey, run!" And they call it the Honey Run Bridge. At least that's the story I was told when I moved here.
I like that.
But I mean, it's a destination spot. It does, go over a creek, and we can, we've been there, and of course we had to go. It's, our local famous bridge or whatever. But you go down there and play in the water. It's not even deep enough to swim in, but just to kind of play around or whatever. But there was like this energy around it. And I think bridges, the energy that goes and the dedication that goes into building them, the blood, sweat, and tears kind of labor that goes into building something that's so massive. And especially back in the 1800s, if you can imagine the blood, sweat, and tears that, because they didn't have the technology we have now. To me, it's just kind of a no-brainer. It seems like it's going to pick up energy and kind of replay things. So did you feel as though this was residual, or did you feel that? I mean, and I'm talking both of these bridges that you went to. I mean, I felt Native American energy around. I mean,
no, maybe both, because the responses we got on the spirit box,
intelligent.
Yeah, just from some of the odd responses we got on the spirit box, but it could be both. So, and again, I'm not mentioning everything.
Right. The walking up to the camera and speaking next to the camera. Obviously, this was an intelligent enough entity or energy, however you choose to describe it, that you were seen. Your flashlights were seen in the distance. It knew where you were, and it knew where to go to speak.
Nicole thinks it's intelligent, hands down.
Okay. Perfect. Scotch Bridge.
I never say a place doesn't have residual, because most places do. But yeah, I definitely agree. There's definitely intelligent there. Just some of the responses, and it would light up meters when you would say it. And again, I didn't bring that up, but it
didn't feel random. It felt
no. There was certain
intentful.
things that did not feel random.
I think that's amazing. All right, so we're 3 down. We have 2 to go. Out of the 2, save the one you went to the most for last.
They're equal.
They're equal. Ooh.
All right, so you pick. Do you want a prison or do you want an asylum?
Oh, they're both juicy. Let's do the prison first.
All right. So, Rutland Prison Camp.
And how many times did SIS Paranormal visit Rutland Prison Camp?
This year, once.
This year. Oh, how many times have you been there total?
We went in 2015 or 2016. I can't remember the date.
Okay.
Not much happened then. There was a disembodied voice that said hi or hey back then, but not much happened. So we decided it's a great location. So we decided to go back this year.
And where is this one located?
Rutland, Massachusetts.
Nice. All right. So you guys decided to journey back out this year. And was it just kind of we went there before, we had that one cool experience, we're going to go back, or was there something else that drew you?
Well, I can't speak for everybody, but for me, it was a place that we've always wanted to go back because, again, we like to do these locations multiple times.
Right.
But, we had a lot going on and new places, and but broke up with my asshole boyfriend, and my house burnt down, and shit happens.
So
but
you
we
needed an
finally got back
adventure.
there. Yeah. So we finally got back there, and it was not disappointing.
Carrie is saying, now, was Carrie with you? Because she's saying she really wants to go back there.
No, she was not with us, but she has been there on her own.
Okay, so what were your experiences? Or do you want to give us a little bit of information about it first?
Sure, yeah.
Quick
19,
recap.
let's see. 1903 is when it was built, I guess you want to say. It's when it got permission to be built. And then they added 150 acres of farm. The hospital was added in 1907, which was a 30-bed. This was a prison, guys. So they had, for minor offenses, drunken disorderlies, stuff like that. That's where they were sent. In 1907, they added the hospital for TB patients. 1934, it closed due to issues with the water supply. Today, as of what we can speak of, the root cellar and solitary confinement still stand.
Okay.
There's still there's also foundations and stuff like that out there, but that is what the buildings that
the physical,
that we mainly, So.
And what were your experiences?
Well, we got, when we were in the root cellar, we got like running back and forth, pacing, but couldn't see anything, but you could physically hear it live, like we're there, we could hear it.
Did it sound like, human being steps, animal
it sounded
footsteps?
like somebody, a couple times at first we were like looking to make sure somebody else didn't somehow sneak in with us, but there's one entrance. There's no way nobody was in there with us. So but definitely could hear it going back and forth. Then so that went on for quite a bit, I believe. And again, I'm not in chat. Sorry guys, I'm not in chat because I'm trying to focus.
They're just talking about that. Carrie and Nicole are speaking about they would like to go back.
Yeah, I would definitely go back. So then we moved over to solitary confinement. Mind you, we went back and forth all night.
Okay.
So again, in 2015, a teammate of ours heard hey or hi. We went to solitary confinement that night. And we actually heard not only a disembodied voice of hello, clear as day, almost in the same area he did. Pretty much close to it. We got shushes. We got SB responses. Again, this is another location we have not finished yet. This was not too long ago. We got a lot of Nicole's again. We got an EVP that said fuck, it was a burst session, so we heard the fuck right away.
Wow.
And one of the bigger things that happened here is actually Nicole, which I would not mention on the last time we talked about this. Nicole saw, I'm not sure how to word it, because she's not on, so she'll correct me. So watch for that, Jen, because I'm not.
Yeah, because she's telling you 2016 too. She's correcting you there.
Yeah, I said 2015, 2016. It's hard for me to remember. She saw an apparition, shadow, a figure in the rear view cam as we were leaving, like full blown.
In the rear view mirror?
Yeah, no.
In the backup camera in the car.
Thank you. Yes.
Holy shit! I get the goosebumps.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Wow. But you didn't get to see it? Was it like a split second?
No, I didn't see it. She did.
That is so cool.
But if there's anybody I trust when it comes to paranormal experiences, I trust Nicole. It's going to be her sister. 1,000%. Yeah. She says she saw it. She saw it. So
she didn't saw it. She saw it.
Shut up.
I love your accent. It's awesome.
Shut up.
That is an interesting experience. I mean, because I'm sure it startled her. Because when you're backing up, you're using the camera so you don't run into anybody. Even if you're the only car out there, it's habit to use that so that you're not backing up.
I was uploading a video of something at the time because we were actually leaving for the night. I was like on my phone uploading.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, so Nicole, I'm really glad that you said that because I'm going to tell you what I saw. And I don't really want to because I know we're talking about Shea stuff, but I have to tell you what I saw. So Nicole says, I'll read what she says. She says, IDK, WTF, it was small, shorter than the grass.
But mind you, the grass, not like a lawn. It was
right, a couple feet
like
high.
Lawn, like it's not talking like a little weevil or something.
So what I saw was when you said you heard a disembodied voice, I guess...
It wasn't the same place, mind you.
I guess it was more of what I would consider an elemental, an earth energy, and an earth entity. Because what I saw is that a den underneath a bunch of orange leaves, so like, fall leaves that had fallen. But what the point of the psychic vision, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, that I saw was there was a hole, and it was like living under the elements, so living under the earth, and it was like a den, which is where elemental's going to live, is in some sort of den. This is why you see fairy rings and stuff. So for her to say it was small, I'm just like, okay, I got to talk about what I saw.
You're not talking, yeah.
She said for a few minutes, Shea had no idea.
No,
she says, I took off and didn't say
I was literally
anything.
on my phone. Which is
I mean,
I always watch the backup camera except that one time.
Well, I mean, like I said, that had to be startling because that's a normal habit.
I could see her face, and I'm like, what's wrong? Kind of deal,
Uh-huh.
You could just see her face. She's like, there was just a figure behind us. And mind you, where this figure came from, there's no way it could have come from.
Yeah. There was like no possible shadow play or anything.
No. So
nice.
Yeah, it's quite.
She said she was out of there before she told you.
Yeah.
So that's really
like
cool.
Going down the road really quick, and I saw her face, and like, I knew,
I mean, honestly, it feels very elemental, and you don't want to piss elementals off. They are nature.
Elemental. This would be the skeptic and the psychic if I didn't be sassy.
What did you ask?
Gremlin? Is a gremlin an elemental?
Yeah, so a gremlin, a fairy, a sprite.
I mean, like the movie.
Older, yeah. I mean, it's going to be something that's older. Mm-hmm. God, your phone's going crazy. You were being facetious. All right, smarty pants. I'm in my serious mode.
That's a switch. We kind of both are.
But I mean, honestly, anything that's going to be older than humans is what I would consider an elemental. That's of the earth, and
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was definitely not a real person. Definitely.
Yeah, and she said that. I don't really want to say this.
When I'm not in chat right now, so it's hard for me to tell how.
So she says, don't really want to say this, but honestly, it kind of made me think of like an alien or creature. And I put the pauses in since she did the multiple periods. Yeah, that's what it felt like to me. It felt but I don't feel like it was an alien. I feel like it's something that lives there, but is not human. It doesn't feel like a spirit. It just feels more of an earth creature.
It's kind of funny because those are the two least things she believes in, so that tells you something about what she saw.
Yeah. I mean, it like I said, I expected it to startle her because, again, I know I've said this a couple times, but when you're using your backup camera, it's because you're used to looking for people so you don't
And
hit
I
them.
always do. I always
Yeah.
watch it because I find
So
it
if something
fascinating.
jumps out at her, it's going to surprise her, no matter what. It's going to surprise her because it's like, oh, I don't want to hit something. That's going to be the normal reaction for someone who has that kind of camera.
Hey, can you talk to the crowd for a few minutes? I have to walk away. I'm sorry. I can't help it.
Okay, do you have to fart?
I wish.
Okay.
Just give me 2 seconds. You'll be able to hear me, but I'm muting them.
Okay.
All right, thank
Okay.
you. Just keep talking. You're good.
Yeah, I mean, even Kelly, she's like, what? Question mark, exclamation, question mark, exclamation, question mark, explanation, question mark. I mean, this is, it just, Nicole, please, tell me. But, yes, and then Pat put a link in. Thank you, Mama Pat, for just describing elementals and spirits and all. I wish we stayed, but I left like I had to leave. Yeah, and that's what I felt like. I think I felt like you. That's why I kept saying, I know it's normal to be surprised or scared a little bit to see something when you back up, but I felt that kind of that anxiousness in your chest, like in my chest, like I was feeling what was in your chest. But I mean, come on, everyone says they want to see a fairy, but fairies are naughty, You have to please them. So seeing one and not being prepared with a gift of some sort for the fairy, I would be scared. Seeing an alien, considering whether we seriously believe in them or not as individuals, the media is feeding us stories about grays taking people, probing them, testing them, people coming forward and talking about having surgical procedures done. And all of this buries in your mind. So even if you're like, I don't really believe in it, you're still being fed this. And so when you see one, it's going to surprise you. So now I'm super curious can you describe the shape? Did you feel like, I know you said creature or alien, but did you feel like it had an abnormally large head and long arms? Or did you feel it was more of a kind of have wide shoulders and a wide body, no neck, kind of maybe stubby legs? Can you describe it? Is what I'm curious. And of course, she says, I wish I stayed, but I just felt like I had to leave. Well, you guys are strong. SIS Paranormal is strong believers in going with your gut. So I think that you going with your gut was the best and safest decision for you. But then Shea's coming back, so I kind of want to wait have my question. Maybe she's not coming back. I do have a question. Do you guys want to go back? You can tell me in chat, Nicole. Would you guys, even, especially for you, because you saw it, you felt that rush of energy from it. Is this something you would want to perhaps look into more? She's talking to me. She's like, they can't hear me, but you can. No, it was too fast. I just remember the size compared to the grass. Okay. So, yes, yeah. Merlin's beard. Can they hear you? Can they hear you? Okay. She's dropping stuff. She's back there yelling. Yeah, Gina says she wants to go too.
Or shoot me. Because I can't do this anymore.
Nicole was saying that she would 100% go back to this location. Tell us the name one more time, Shea.
What?
The location where she saw the creature.
Rutland Prison Camp.
Rutland Prison Camp. And one more time, where is it?
Rutland, Massachusetts.
Rutland, Massachusetts.
Oh, you've been practicing. I'm so proud. I'm trying to open the window. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just trying not to overthink it. Shea's heater broke. It's either on at 100 degrees or nothing. And she is living in like -4 right now. So she's having to open the window so they don't sweat to death. But I want to go too. So if I ever come out there, Shea, it'll be for 2 reasons. 1, to meet you, and 2, for you and your sister and Carrie to take me there.
Yes.
To Rockland.
Yes. For sure. I sorry guys. As a mom, you hear a bang, you gotta check it out.
So, Carrie had a strange experience there too.
Yes, she did.
Didn't see anything, but felt like something rubbed my arm in the root cellar. No one was there.
That's one of the claims there, being touched and stuff. And the root cellar is where we heard. Mind you, the first time we didn't really experience anything, but the second time there was definitely something running around in there. There was no animal. We had flashlights.
Yeah. Gina says she loves prisons. So many cool spirits.
Yeah, and then on top of it, add the fact that it was also a tuberculosis hospital on top of it, and there was many deaths there. We went to the prison camp cemetery. So, shut up, Wolf. Love you, Wolf. Sorry.
That's what I said, man. It's a hard word, okay?
Hey, I can't say my own name, so. Yeah.
All right. So now the asylum.
Yes, woo.
What is the name of the asylum?
The asylum. Oh my God! All my papers just went flying, literally.
She's a mess, people.
I am a mess. I between the cat and the dog, and then I hear the big bang, and you don't know what your kid's doing.
Is that what happened? There was a big bang. That's why you had to get up.
Yeah, when I hear a crash or a kid sick or something, I have to go check.
Yeah, of course. You're a mom. That's your job.
Yeah. So, but all is good. Everybody's safe. Nobody's dead.
Yeah.
All right. So.
So where is our last location?
Ooh.
I feel like I should have a drum roll prepared again, but it threw you off the first time.
It did. Everything's throwing me off tonight, man. I'm telling you. It's just a bad tonight. Like I'm ever on top of things.
That's what she said.
Yeah, right.
Okay, you're getting me off of my serious.
All right.
This is serious stuff to me. I love this stuff.
I don't know how to introduce the next place, but I'm going to try my best. I'll be corrected 15 million times in the chat, I'm sure.
Right, Nicole, get ready to correct.
No, because right now it was called let's start off the right way. Laconia State School. It was built in 1903, but it was called New Hampshire State School for the Feeble-Minded.
Okay.
And it did not change its name till 1924 when it became New Hampshire State School. So it was another type of asylum where they could just throw anybody in that they felt like,
I hate those places.
Mm-hmm.
But moving forward. Okay.
And
how many times
they forced sterilizations upon men and women. Let's see. I'm trying to give you the history before we get into why I picked this.
I sigh heavily in the background. How many times did you guys go there this year? Let me ask you real quick.
Twice.
Okay. And how many times total have you investigated?
Twice.
Okay.
And we will be back.
Nice.
Actually, we went in both times in November. It's a new place for us. Or it might have been the end of October, but reset.
Okay, so 1917, what happened then?
1917, they did the forced sterilization on men and women. 1924, they changed the name to Laconia State School because, treating them poorly is okay, but calling them feeble-minded was not okay. So they still treated them the same, but it did get better. All right, we're not going to get into that because this is supposed to be quick. 1991.
And because I get upset.
Yeah. 1991, it became Lakes Region Facilitation, which was a prison. 2009, it closed. In the Great Depression, poor families would send their children with no issues there, just because they could not afford them. In World War II, it was a prisoner of war camp. So tons and tons of stuff.
So lots of history, lots of opportunities to gain energy, to store memories.
Good and bad, yeah.
Yeah. So what intrigued SIS Paranormal into going there?
Carrie from Spirit Trackers, who's in the
Nice.
chat right now. We happened to be at Medfield State Hospital, whatever you want to call it. It's and we had some interesting stuff go on there, and she happened to mention, hey, you should check out this place, so we did.
Okay. All right. So how long was your investigation at the asylum?
I don't know.
Oh, for crying out loud. Merlin's beard.
Yeah. We went twice, and we did day and night. Like, we usually, most of the time, what we try to do when we can, we go during the day, take dinner break, and then go back for the night. We were there a long time both times.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that plan.
Yeah. So that's what we do. Some of the claims there that we heard were EVPs, shadow figures, feeling of being watched, not being alone, children laughing.
Oh, shit. Audibly or EVP, children laughing?
Audibly.
Nice and creepy. I want to go now.
Yeah.
I love the creepy stuff.
So we're gonna start with the probation building. Mind you, I'll tell you after what Carrie experienced, but we didn't realize she experienced it until after. And she's like, no, look, I posted this years ago, or a year ago. So
Wow.
It's kind of funny. This was the story I told on the show a month or so ago about that the equipment kept trying to go off, but it wouldn't go off, but it was enough where you could hear it. And I put my hand on my hip. Well, actually, I kind of hid behind her because we heard movement, and I thought it was
Oh, this was... you thought it was going to be an animal?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a bat or something coming out, so I'm like, I'm sacrificing you, Nicole. I love you, but good luck. You know.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. Animals I don't do. So, you know, and then the equipment started trying to go off, but it wasn't really going off, which is another weird thing. And then we heard a growl, and I'm like, was that you? You know, I'm like, wow. And we could see hair movement in there. We could see glowing. But when you put we could also have flashlights. There was nothing in there. You could totally see in there. There was nothing in there, but you could just hear it. It was very odd.
And intriguing, of course.
So that was our first trip, which was enough for us because it had been a slow night up till then. And then all that happens. And to us, that's like huge. Like, wow. Audible growls and, you know, that stuff to us, that's like huge.
Now, have you been able to check all of your footage and your evidence or data?
No.
I'm sorry, data
No.
that you caught.
We're not quite done. I'll go on to the tool crib activity. Let's see what's going on in chat for a second before I go into. I feel like I've been ignoring chat. Kinda, yeah. I'm going to talk to chat for a minute here. Yeah, we would not have gone if it was not from Carrie, for Carrie. Kind of want to do shout-outs now because I see everybody actually in chat. Let's do some shout-outs. Of course, we have Miss Carrie. We have Nicole in the house. Miss Kelly McCarville. Jen B, of course. Luna. Wolf. Jen B. Of course, I mentioned Gina Marie. She was happy. She was home on a Sunday night. She could listen.
Nice.
Yeah. Miss Pat Kraft, Mama Pat, as I like to call her. I'm trying.
I think she gets called that whether she likes it or not. She
I
has
was
adopted
calling
that
her,
name
and then
long
I
ago.
finally asked her, and she said it was okay, but I did call her that for a long time without permission. We have Short Bus in the house, Nick and Sue.
Yeah.
Of course, Kim Purvis. We have Matt. We had Benji. We had Brittany. And I'm scrolling as quick as I can, guys. Wow.
Did you say Kim?
Yes, I said Kim.
I think you got everyone.
Did I? I don't know, because I wasn't in chat much lately.
Yeah,
since I'm doing it, I'm just
going
gonna
fast now.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna keep making sure. We're almost at the end, so I want to make sure. All right, I think I got everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry. If you're listening without being in chat, thank you. If you listen later, we still so much appreciate it.
We love you.
So the next time we visited, we focused more on, well, we got the most activity at a different area, so we focused there. It was at the tool crib, and I'm still like, there we go. We had, of course, little stuff like Kate. Little stuff. To me, it's not little stuff once it's backed up by other activity. We had K2 activity, Melmeter, spikes, for at least an hour. I mean, this was going on for a while, where it was
wow.
Dead, then stuff happened, then nothing happened.
Okay. So 1 hour long. I have to ask, is there working electricity anywhere?
Not where we were, no. Because it would stop and start. It wasn't like constant, but like...
No lines overhead? Nothing like that?
Yeah, but nothing that would interfere.
Wow.
And mind you, if it was just that, we would be like, no big deal. But once you add layer upon layer, that's where it gets weird.
Well, an hour is a pretty thick layer.
Yeah, it was quite a bit. And Nicole will help me out here with some of the details. We also had audible or disembodied voices, if you want to hear. We heard disembodied voices. We heard singing. We heard music. But it wasn't far enough away to be anything else. It was like right there, but it was muted. It was very odd. Like if you stepped 5 steps, you couldn't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
But you could hear it sometimes. It was very weird. We had SLS figure at the same time. While the K2 and the Melmeter were going off, you could see it on the SLS. So this is one of the...
Now, were you able to interact with it?
Yeah. Like, it would set it off when you asked. It would answer questions. I'm pretty sure we get some spirit box stuff too, but we haven't finished going over that, and we haven't finished the audio, so we don't know about EVPs. But there was also shadows as we're filming. As I'm filming, I'm like, this shadow's blocking. Like, you could see it go past it.
Right.
And then stand there. And so she started filming, and she got the same thing. So it was very weird.
Nice.
Yeah. So it was quite interesting. When you add layer upon layer upon layer, how much coincidence could it be? I mean, getting K2 activity, but yet you see something on the SLS at the same time. You have these shadow movements at the same time. You have spirit box session replies. It's like one thing after another.
Well, shadow movement alone is so interesting.
It was pitch black. It would totally go in front of the camera and block the Melmeter and block the K2. And then at a certain point, I'm like, am I moving? Because I'm like, okay, something's blocking it. So I was
trying to debunk everything.
Yeah, so I'm starting to search around, and so you can see me moving, and then it would reappear. So at that point, I'm like, look, I'm not moving. And she's looking, and it blocked out the light. And then she did it. It was the same thing with her camera.
Well, anybody who's seen a shadow figure knows it's you have to sit and watch it because, first of all, you're wondering, is your mind playing tricks on you?
Well, I mean, it's dark and it was freezing.
Yeah.
I had sleeves on and shivering, so I'm like, at first I thought I'm moving, and it was just out of frame.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay, now watch. I'm not moving.
Yeah.
I'm not going to move at all.
Yeah.
Nicole, watch. And then she's like, no, I'm getting it with my camera, too.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you because then you're wondering, well, am I moving? You know, because I've laid in bed and watched stuff move and I'm like, is it me? This was before I started, shielding my house really well. And I'm like, is this me? What is this? No. So I know it's like you go through this list in your head. So for you both to see it as well as both capture the image, that is amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. Oh, I blacked out again.
Yeah. I always forget to turn my screen off. And you know what, guys? Oh my gosh. I feel like I have to apologize to the listeners. I haven't even asked them if they have questions. I get so excited. I love ghost stories, and I get so excited to ask my own questions. Oh my God, you guys, I'm sorry for being selfish and asking all the questions. But I think everybody knows that they can ask questions, right?
Yep. Yes, I agree, Nicole. I wouldn't say shadow figure, but it was something blocking.
Night, Matt.
Definitely. Something was definitely blocking out the light. I don't know if I'd say shadow figure. If I did say shadow figure, that's not what I meant.
Could we say shadow play?
Yeah, it was just something. It was blocking out the light. And I made sure, then I was like, look, I'm not moving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not moving. You know, that was the night that I actually wore a hat and gloves and 6 sweatshirts and 2 pairs of pants and 3 pairs of socks. It was freezing. That was the last time we did it in November. So yeah, if you guys have any questions on any of these, let us know right now. Again, I can't go into full detail of 5 locations in an hour and a half. We've already been on an hour and a half.
And you've talked about a few of these locations, right? In our previous shows, you've talked about a few of these locations, correct?
My number 1 location of the year would be Westboro State Asylum, State Hospital. They all have different names because they change them so much. Which is where we had the hitchhiker, but we just did a show on it recently, so I decided not to discuss it because we discussed the full thing for a whole show. But while they're typing in, it's 30 seconds, I want to mention a couple honorable mentions here that did not make the list.
All right.
Mind you, these are the places, 17 places we fully investigated. In Connecticut alone, there was another 8 to 10 places we visited and didn't do full investigations. Even if we take pictures, we don't count it as an investigation. If we just do one single thing, it's not an investigation. So there's been tons of places. A couple of the highlights for me was the Winchester Evergreen Cemetery in New Haven, Connecticut. Mm-hmm. We got to see Sarah Winchester and family grave, which was crazy. That would have made the list, except the daytime investigation went well. Nighttime investigation, we couldn't investigate because something was so wrong. We left. Union Cemetery, we got to go. We took pictures, took some videos. We didn't investigate, which is where Ed and Lorraine Warren's book, Graveyard, was written about.
Okay.
That was awesome to go to. We drove by their house, too, just to drive by. Obviously, we didn't take pictures or anything because that's kind of weird, but just wanted to see because it was supposed to be in a Carlton Museum. Wanted to see what it looked like.
She still lives there, correct?
Yes, she does. Stepney Cemetery, Ed Warren's grave, Monroe, Connecticut. We got to go there, and again, we were just going to pay our respects. Mm-hmm. We were not. A lot of times, we go to investigations, and we'll stop by the cemetery that's related to it. Rutland. Medfield, Madam Shree's, Forest, we go and visit the cemeteries to just pay respects. But at Warren's grave, we got some weird pictures. And to this day, nobody will say what they think of them. Just that, wow, that's odd. Nobody can explain to me what they are.
Do you have these photos up on SIS Paranormal on Facebook?
Yeah. I'm just like, I don't know if it's paranormal. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it's not, but I've never seen sunlight do this. So somebody let me know, and nobody can.
Well, hey, if anybody was going to give you a cool paranormal picture, it's going to be Ed Warren, right?
Yeah, and it was behind him. It wasn't even his grave. It was things behind him. It was like some things were misty, some things I can't even explain it. We also got to see the Black Dahlia Elizabeth Short Memorial, Medford, Mass, which surprisingly, even though I'm from Mass, I had never been to. So that was pretty cool.
It's so interesting. So the Black Dahlia Memorial, you have the Winchester graves, and both of those things happened in my state.
Well, but Elizabeth Short was from Medford, Mass.
But she died in SoCal.
So she's buried there, but they put a memorial up for her. It's not her grave. It's a memorial in the middle of the street, pretty much. Well, side of the street, but the Winchesters are from Connecticut. They're not from. She didn't move to. Sarah Winchester did not move to California until after her husband died.
Yeah, it's in San Jose.
Yeah, so that's where they're all buried. So. We've been to some other great locations, but those are the ones that I really wanted to mention because although we didn't investigate, we got to go and see them.
Well,
Night, Luna.
I just think that it sounds like it's been amazing and blah, 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 an amazing year of investigating for SIS Paranormal.
Night, Carrie.
And night, Carrie.
When I counted, because I wrote down every list, because I didn't know what you were going to ask me, so I have 10 pages of notes. So I wrote them all down and wrote down which ones we've done multiple times. And as soon as I got to, like, we did 17 different locations. That's not counting the multiples. I'm like, I thought it was a slow year. I thought I was slowing things down because of everything that happened.
Well, I'm glad that you haven't. I'm glad that you know, I mean, that's at least one a month, obviously, but I know you went to some places 2 weekends in a row, which is amazing. So I
say 6 or 7 of them we've done multiple times this year, not counting like Madame Cherie's. We've done 12. I might be up to 15 times at being there.
Nicole says it's been your guys' best year.
Well, that's because it's just me and her, and well, Carrie and Mom come along too, but. Yeah. My ex is out of the picture, so it makes it good for me.
And it's always fun to have your ma go, right?
Yeah, she's awesome. You wouldn't even believe it. People like, your mother go? And I'm like, dude, she's 15 years older than me.
Yeah.
You know, and let me tell you, that picture where she ever said, and it's on film, can you reach out and touch my hand? And something reached out and touched your hand? Not just once. It happened a couple times.
Paranormal investigation is like Harry Potter. It's good for all ages. I'm waiting to hear Shea say I snuck Harry Potter in.
I didn't. Hold on. I was reading. Most of the places are within a couple hours. The Connecticut places are obviously a little further away. Most of the places I talked about tonight are like maybe at the most 2 hours away. So, yeah. It was hard to narrow down the 17 to 5, let me tell you. What about Harry Potter?
I said paranormal investigating is like Harry Potter. It's good for all ages.
No, I would not agree with that. I think every individual needs to be, it doesn't matter age, I think each individual needs to be assessed by themselves and whether it's good or not. So.
Well, I mean, overall, I know it hasn't been my year, but looking at your year, I think that it's awesome. I'm inspired by what you guys are doing and the fact that you're going out. And I know that you're looking for hard evidence that you feel confident to stand behind, that you're not trying to glamorize yourself by screaming demon or, oh, there's a negative entity taking over, or, you know, like you're not trying to glamorize yourself. It's just about facts for you. and for SIS Paranormal. And I think that is, I mean, I respect that. And that's respectable and inspiring, in my opinion.
We're very careful, and even if something's interesting to us and we put it up, we're not saying, look at this paranormal. We're saying, hey, what do you think of this? There's certain things that you can't argue with when, like the EVPs, you can see in the camera nothing's around. You can see us in the background, you know. So, but most of the time it's like, hey, what do you think of this? We don't do it for other people, although we love sharing our stuff, don't get me wrong.
Right.
We do it for us, you know.
Right.
What can we prove? What can we not prove? You know, and that's why I love doing some local legends and going out and, like, you hear the stories of this person hung themselves here, this person did that. Well, what can you prove? What can you not prove? And go from there.
Yeah, there you go. Did you see what Sue said?
No.
She's jealous. She wishes, okay, I'll just read what she says. I'm so jealous. I wish we had that much so close to us. We need to move out there. LOL. Says the person from Iowa with all the, like, most haunted places in all the land.
Dude, they come stay with me for a couple weeks. I go stay with them for a couple weeks.
You go.
You know.
Didn't we decide this on a previous show? Weren't we calling it instead of foreign student exchange, it'd be paranormal team exchange.
Well, it'd be the same problem getting everything to fit in Iowa, because they told me right away probably a year ago now. They're like, come, you can stay with us, but it's a matter of fitting everything in. Same thing here, you know.
It would have to be 2 trips to go to Iowa.
Yeah.
Well, I know we talk about this every show, but since we have spoken a lot about, or you have spoken a lot about investigating places where people have committed suicide, I think I was just drawn to say that it's very important that you realize that if you're interested in being a ghost, you don't have to commit suicide. You can pick to be a ghost when you die of natural causes. So please keep that in mind. And the National Suicide Prevention Line, 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255. SuicidePreventionLifeline.org. And if you feel more comfortable perhaps speaking in Espanol, then you can call the Prevention del Suicidio, 1-888-628-9454. If there are other prevention hotlines in other languages, I have not found information about them because I have looked, and I'm sure that's something that that this suicide line is, the National Suicide Line Prevention Line is working on. But those are the 2 numbers that we have right now. And we just want everyone, it's just as important to Shea as it is to me, to remember that people do care about you. Even when you feel as though there's nobody that cares about you, you're wrong. You're not alone. And people that run this line are there to help you. You can also text hello to 741-741 if you don't feel like talking on the phone.
We've suffered a couple suicides over the past year. Couple years. My daughter had to deal with her friend committing suicide this year. So it's a great thing to me that we promote this, and I appreciate you doing it for the network every week, because it's very important to my heart. All of them are, not just that one, but
yeah.
So, you want to answer? You have a couple questions there. You want to answer them before I do the big announcements, and then
I do.
End the show.
Let me look. Oh, good, Gina. Thank you. We both appreciate her. She said, "Great episode. Good night.
Thanks,
Thank
Gina.
Thank you so much."
Gina.
And
awesome. I dropped my.
Well, I haven't met her yet, but I think it's amazing that she came by, so I am happy to meet her through text or through chat.
What happened? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm reading.
Yeah. She wanted to know if people really do that. Do they like try to? Kelly asked. I'm gonna say it a lot crasser than she meant, and I don't mean to.
Do people really think that?
Yeah, like, do you think that's a good way to become a ghost? I don't know.
Well, I hope not. I hope not.
Yeah, and I know you weren't trying to be.
Well, I mean, we were glamour.
We get you. That's how Catholics fail. I'm Catholic, so I'm not offended. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it, but yeah. Sorry.
I just think that someone was murdered, someone committed suicide. I think it gets a little over glamorized on TV. So I just felt the need to say,
I don't know if it's glamorized, but I was talking about Pat's comment about
you know what I mean.
Get into heaven, and I agree that I'm a Catholic, and I have trouble with that because God is supposed to be all forgiving. If you're sorry, He's supposed to forgive you of your sins, but yet supposedly if you kill yourself, you can't get into heaven. But what if you're sorry you killed yourself? I have many questions. Exactly. So I just want her to let her know no apologies needed.
Which every suicide survivor says they immediately regretted it. So I think everyone would definitely.
Yeah, Nicole. I think Nicole was just talking about the rain, which we share quite a bit here too. Is that the one, Nicole? It says you shared a link, but I can't really see the link. I know Nicole works works with RAIN very closely.
Yeah, the National Sexual Assault Telephone Hotline. Yes, that's also one that we do speak about. We tried to mix it up, but since we did talk about suicide tonight, I wanted to get those lines over again. But hey, I got a whole list of lines I'm happy to share. Yeah,
I think so. Yes.
RAIN is 1-800-656-4673.
Say it again because I talked over you. Sorry.
1-800-656-4673. The Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network. 24-hour helpline.
Yeah, I agree with Gina, which is why I interrupted you the first time. I mean, I think if God is all forgiving of everything, even if you commit suicide, if you're really sorry and see what you did was wrong after, but let's not, religion is almost as bad as politics, not quite lately, but yeah, I am Catholic.
Excuse me, I do apologize.
Catholic ways, so.
But so Shea, thank you for putting in that work that you did to, gather your information. I imagine it must have been a bit fun recalling memories and experiences from your past year.
Fun is not the word I would have used for the past few days. But, it was something.
Well, I look forward to the adventures you're going to have that I get to live vicariously through you and Nicole for your investigations for this year. And I know Nicole isn't big on being on air, but I'm hoping that maybe we can convince her otherwise and have her join us to share her stories. But we have somebody else next week that's going to share their stories with us. So you have that information? She normally does, so that's why I'm putting her on the spotlight on that.
I got to switch a page. Hold on. We have Jacqueline Young, who is, I believe, I know she's going to talk about her ghost stories, had dealt with paranormal her whole life.
Yeah, she's had paranormal experiences her whole life. Because we're currently wanting everyone to share their paranormal stories with us. We'd love to hear about them. I think we all know that I'm a freak for it. Shea, of course, is very interested.
Yeah, and of course, Jen put the Paranormal Buzz Gmail account, so Shea gets to answer. But I will pass them on. I haven't yet, but I will.
Yeah, so email us at paranormalbuzzradio@gmail.com if you have a paranormal story you'd like to share with us. And, we might ask you to be on air with us. So she have had paranormal experiences since she's a child. She is a sensitive. She doesn't label herself a medium or anything like that. But so that's going to be next week. But what else is happening for our network, Shea?
Wait, first the 20th.
Oh, okay.
January 20th, we have Carrie from Spirit Trackers, who is in the chat, who has done multiple investigations with us. Who is also a witch. She will be on this show right here, January 20th.
Well, why are you calling her a witch?
No. Well, she is. I wish I could remember what she calls herself, Bubba Witch or something. She's a bitch. She is a bitch, but she's also a witch by religion.
Is she Wiccan or pagan or a little of both?
I don't know. That's why she's.
I guess we'll find out. Yeah, we'll find out.
Friday on Shea's Paranormal Chat, we have Toby and Tony, who used to be with Mars, Maine Afterlife Research Society. Now they live in South Carolina. They are the people that asked us to help on the Parsons Seminary. So we've actually worked with them, so I'm looking forward to that. A couple big announcements, and I'm stalling because I'm trying to find the right page here.
If Kelly can't make it to help you on that episode, I volunteer. I'm so excited. More ghost stories.
Which one?
With scars, right?
No,
South
Kelly's
Carolina.
Available. You're shit out of luck. I get my Kelly.
I'll just have to listen to you and Kelly ask all the interesting questions then.
You can ask them in chat like everybody else.
Oh, I know, but I like to pretend I'm special sometimes, okay? God.
You're special. You are. No, Kelly's available. Kelly will be joining me on quite a bit more, but that's for another night.
That's for another night? Oh, more to come. Intriguing.
We're watching out some big stuff here. Ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
As soon as we announce these 3 new shows, we're gonna end this. So if you guys could stand by long enough for us to introduce 3 more shows as my papers fly away.
And we promise we'll let you go. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight, everyone.
They know. I appreciate it, and I know quite a few people listening in the background to hear us just because they're fans of SIS, and I appreciate it. So, January 19th, 9 p.m., 8 Central, which is a Saturday.
6 Pacific, if I can not stutter for a moment.
Into the Abyss with Peggy Gypsy is starting.
Nice.
I'm excited about that. She has a big guest. We can't announce it yet, but she does have a pretty big guest, so really
stay tuned.
Yeah. Come February 21st at 7 Central to be exact. REP Paranormal and Friends, which is a Thursday, which if anybody doesn't know, that's Kim Purvis and Allison and all their friends are going to be taking turns on the show.
Nice. So a new Saturday show in January and a new Thursday show starting in February.
Are you ready for this?
Yes, I'm ready. I haven't even heard this one.
Yeah, you didn't even know.
Oh, wait.
There is a new show starting in March. Called Origin.
That's right.
With Mr. Benji and Matthew.
Nice.
Sorry, Benji and Matt. Oh, wait.
The crowd goes wild.
That will be every other Monday opposite of B Squared. And I'm stalling because I got to pull up the description of the show. This one's such a unique description. I asked for the description. Every other Monday, opposite of B Squared, so 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, 4:30. Is it 4:30? 4:30 Pacific. Oh, and I'm looking. Wait till you hear this description. That's why I don't like using my phone. All right. Delve deep into the abyss of humanity as Benji and Matt take you along on their journey to seek out and discover where we came from and how we came to be. If you guys can hear us laughing, it's because my papers are flying everywhere.
So this is going to be a bit controversial.
Yeah, no, they're going to cover
Ooh,
all
I like
beginnings,
it.
I believe, all beginnings, everybody's opinions. I could be
theories.
wrong. Benji left a long time ago because, I don't.
Benji and Matt, Benji, well, it's later for him.
I asked him for a new description because the original description I got was like, the origins of people and alien fuckery, and I said, that's not a good So
I think that's a great name.
Yeah.
Alien fuckery.
So I'm interested. They were going to do a mini series kind of thing, and then it's so big that they're going to do it every other week for as long as it takes.
Wow, that's very interesting. So it'll be full of lots of opinions, lots of different, from different cultures. And I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to have...
We have a couple other shows in the works.
Peggy and Kim and Kim's team and Matt all joining us up on the live air. I'm excited for Kelly. She is going to be getting her own show with the Girls versus Ghost Network. And she's been so awesome to help us. So
Kelly said permanently one way or the other.
We're keeping her, right? I've been able to keep her on to help on Shea's Paranormal Chat.
She's going to be, well, that's not what I meant, but yeah, she'll be on Shea's Paranormal Chat whenever she's available.
Okay.
But one way or the other, she's been part of this network since day one.
Yeah.
She's been in our hearts before this network, and she will continue to remain there. But yeah, she will be on Shea's Paranormal Chat as long as she's available on those days because you have some busy seasons coming up.
Kelly, real quick, write what the name of your show is in because
Realm Walker.
Of course, Realm Walker. I was going to say just went out, literally jumped out of my brain.
Realm Walker, Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central. Kelly, correct me really quick if I'm wrong on Girls vs. Ghost on Blog Talk Radio.
Blog Talk Radio, yeah. And we're super excited for her.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. She's been amazing. Everyone, our little family here, I think has been amazing, whether it is our on-air hosts or our listeners in chat. I love
our listeners. I love our chat.
Even the ones that aren't in chat. I think this is a great little paranormal family.
I heard your show. I heard this show the other night. I heard that show the other night. And oh my God, let me tell you. So yeah, people listen. I don't know why. Most of the time it's to see what Shea will say next. So.
Yeah, she says it is the Realm Walker under Girls vs. Ghost Media. On Blog Talk Radio.
Sorry. Yep.
So, 9 Eastern, 8 Central, 6 Pacific. I can't even say Pacific.
Not bad for an old woman with a bad memory. I remembered all that, but I forgot the media.
So, again, everyone, Pat says we're entertaining. Thank you, Pat. I'll take that. But we are super excited. Paranormal Buzz Radio, we are super excited to see what 2019 is going to bring. And of course, on behalf of the other host, to Shea and Matt, thank you so much for believing in all of us and supporting all of us. Thank you to the listeners for believing in us and supporting us as well.
I agree with the listening part, but I would not have done this without the three of you. And 4, if I count Matt. But
yeah. Oh, thanks.
But and seriously, as a host, this was supposed to be just a way for me to do my show, and it grew into something better. But I would not have done this without Benji, Brittany, and you. Honestly, I wouldn't. Because,
That's amazing. Well, I have a good time with you, and I look forward to see what 2019 will bring and all the good times we will have together, as well as with, like I said, with everyone that listens. Thank you so much. I feel blessed, that I'm able to share an hour with you a week, or in this case tonight, 2 hours.
This is like 2 weeks in a row, 2 hours.
We're yappers.
I knew it was close because 5 stories, even at 5 minutes, that's 25. So I knew it was close. So
we won't do it till next week. We'll be strict on our next week. We have a guest next week, so Hopefully we won't ramble on.
B Squared's on tomorrow.
B Squared, don't miss it.
Paranormal Comedy, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Right here. My favorite show ever. My favorite podcast ever.
They're funny.
That's all I have to say.
They're funny. And they're easily distracted, which is even funnier.
Which I get. So. All right, guys. I always forget I have to end the show, and Jen keeps talking like, when are you going to end the show? And I always forget that I'm the one calling it. So, all right. I already did shout-outs. I don't think I missed anybody. I just seriously thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening. Love you guys. And we will see you Friday.
Good night.
Good night.
For more information regarding what Paranormal Buzz Radio has to offer, visit our website, paranormalbuzzradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram.